What is the moment in the show that makes you feel the most badass?
It's all quite great, isn't it? You're going to hold your microphone.
I don't have a pocket, do I? It's what me dress. Hello everybody, how are you? I hope that you're very, very well. I am here today with my amazing friend, Hannah.
Hello.
Who is in 6. Honestly, you can't say 6 without going,
No, I know.
6.
Everyone
Do you get
does it.
very, very sick of it?
No, it is nice.
Do you know, right, so it's not one of my questions,
Yeah.
but you know your like harmony lines for it? Do you ever like, you know when you look for a different
Who am I
one?
doing? What am I?
Yeah.
all
so
the
do you know
time.
all the different harmonies?
Yeah, I've learned all of them apart from Cleves, but a lot of the time there are 2 queens on per harmony line. So Cleves and Howard are on a lot of the same. So for most of it, I know what it is. It's a lot.
I'd very much like to see you rapping, Hannah.
When Cleves happens, it will be a very interesting
can't wait.
day. No, but it's fun. It's nice because you get to put your own like spin on stuff. So yeah.
No, the second time I saw it, I saw Vicky on as Cleves.
Oh right,
and
yeah.
she's
amazing.
incredible.
Yeah.
She was like a completely different Cleves.
Yeah.
But she was incredible, wasn't she? Like,
it's so lovely you're allowed to sort of make it your own because I think they are so different. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be right if you tried to just imitate one of the other girls. It
oh my
wouldn't
God,
be,
no.
Do you know what I mean? It's nice. It's nice.
So I have asked on my Instagram for some questions, and then also I just have some questions because I'm nosy. So we're gonna ask lots of questions to Hannah. My first note was show backstage bits. So here's some backstage bits. Cut to the backstage bits.
This is my dressing table. This is where Sophie sits.
What is do you have like a favourite thing?
I love having pictures of so I've got pictures of my family here. This is really special because a really close family friend made this for me. I love all of it because it's nice because it feels like it's like support from all your favourite people, do you know what I mean? And even stuff like these, the little like fan things, it's just really sweet that like a reminder that there are people out there that are like rooting for you.
So like what show?
It's so gorgeous. I've lost quite a lot of gems now though. But they were measured to our feet.
So they do Laduca?
Yeah, and honestly I've never had so many parts of my foot measured in my life. But they're amazing, they're leather and they've just like completely moulded to my foot now. They're like slippers. They're
You
literally
never
amazing.
feel like you're gonna like fall over or anything?
No.
It's mad,
I mean
isn't
as well because they've got that little platform as well, so it's not actually that high, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean when you started and you were like, my feet hurt a
Yeah.
lot.
Oh my God, yeah. But that was when we were rehearsing in just like
Just normal
ASOS
shoes.
boots, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're so much better. So this is my Seymour one. So when I'm on a Seymour, it's like middle parting. It's different compared to like Nat's got her hairpiece and stuff, but because my hair is curly, they're quite encouraged to leave it curly, which is nice because you're putting heat on it every day. But yeah, so I just do that. I separate like the front bit off and then do a middle parting, and this goes on like the back bit, and then I do the front bits like over that.
How does it stay put?
I just grip it with like a million grips.
That's mad.
It's got so much hairspray on it, it's gross.
That's literally mad.
Yeah, and then the par one is just like a proper hairband. So that just goes all the way, so it like sits at the front of my head. And then when my hair's just like super curly, I literally just put it in a ponytail like that, over the side and just like pin it. This is my Howard pony. She's so cute. So when I have the ponytail, you do like a bun, it all slicks back and you do a bun, but it's got like a little net thing that
right,
you put
you, like,
over
pop
your
it
bun.
in. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of water, vitamins, you know, throw it with.
Okay, so people want to know what's the audition process like and what's the dance bit of it like? Because I don't think of Six as a terribly dancey show.
No.
But I know that that's like the
did
first
I.
thing you have to do.
Yeah, the audition process was lovely. It was Pearson Casting, who are just like brilliant. They're so good at sort of making you feel at ease and actually wanting to get you to know you as a person, which it was really long. Because I auditioned once before and got like quite far and then didn't get it. But I think since then, because the show's like grown, they're being a lot more thorough with stuff. And when I auditioned this time round, they were auditioning for the cruise, the UK tour and Town.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of people, and then they were trying to put people in different sort of combinations to do different scenes and stuff. Like we did the opening chat scene so many times with different combinations of people.
Really?
Yeah, just to see how everyone worked together, which is nice because it's such an important thing for a show that's only 6 of you.
So did you have that with the different girls who are in the show now, or was it always with different people?
I don't know if we ever did meet the girls until we actually got it. I don't think we did. Yeah, it was like everyone who was auditioning, we'd be put in different combinations and different parts. So like I'd be reading for Seymour and then they'd be like, oh actually can you read for Billion, or can you read for, like it was just seeing what they liked. And at first I learned 4 of the girls' songs to do. So I was up for Berlin, Aragon, Seymour and Parr. And then like gradually they're like, oh can we just hear this? this or can we just hear that? And the dance, like, I didn't think Six is a dancey show either, but you don't realise how choreographed it is, like, because it's sort of a concert vibe, like there are always formations.
Yeah, and it is full on, like when I see, I see everybody, you know, and I think, oh girls, I bet you'd love a little tissue right now, wouldn't you?
Honestly, and because you don't leave the stage.
No, I know.
Like when Danielle's singing, sometimes I have to do a little under the chin, because I'm not the sort of actor who goes to a dance call first. That like really scares me. When they were like, oh, first round is like commercial heels, I was literally like,
I go to that one.
Thank you. It was mostly about like personality. They give a lot of detail as well.
Right.
We had Carrie Ann and Freya, who's one of the associate choreographers doing it, who are so lovely, and Melody as well, I think on some of them came in, who's another one of the associates. They're very thorough, so they'll give you lots of detail, and I remember them saying at the beginning, like, please listen for the detail, because it's really, we're looking for that, and blah, blah, blah. But in terms of the dance, like, it's mainly about, obviously you've got to not be doing something completely different.
Did you do like a dance from Six in the audition, or was it a completely different one?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
I can't think what we did first. I think it was Get Down. So like, you know, all this bit
yeah.
And then I think the second round was All You Want to Do. But it's weird because it's all slightly different, because when it's in the actual show, you're all in formation, so timings are different because there's stuff in canon and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then later on, they taught different things, like we learnt the No Way dance break because of the whacking.
The what? What's whacking?
You know, that when people do
Why do I not know what that is?
It's it's like a commercially dance thing.
Do you remember what you sang for your first song?
The first time I ever auditioned, I sang If I Ain't Got You.
Nice.
The second time, this time I auditioned, they gave you a list. So it was like pop songs, but from the list. So I did Halo and Bang Bang by Jessie J, but I only sang Halo. They picked which one and I sang Halo. But again, it was very much about like the storytelling of stuff. Obviously, you've got to be able to like sing.
What is your typical day of being an alternate? So for those of you who don't know, Hannah is alternate Par and Seymour. She covers those when Natalie and Danielle aren't on. So like, what is your typical day of when you are on and when you aren't on?
Okay, so if I was on, like today, I will like have a lie-in. Get all the sleep you can get up, have a nice breakfast and steam, drink a lot of water. Like a lot of it is quite, I know what I have to do to like make my voice the best it can be. So I know that if I'm on, I really need to steam that day. So I always make sure I do that, drink lots of water. And because of the timings of the shows as well, at first I was like, oh, I'll be fine to like eat a, I don't know, bowl of pasta before be like burping and it's not cute. So it's a weird one to like know when to eat. So I tend to have like a late breakfast, like a brunch, and then like is this interesting? And then
I think it's interesting.
and then like eat something at like, I don't know, like 4 o'clock or something if you're on that night, just so it's not like heavy.
Yeah.
As you do more, you sort of get used to it and then have like a little.
Do you like find out the day of what you're doing, or do you find out like before?
If someone's ill, then I'll find out on the day. There's like a cut-off point. So like if a show's at 8 p.m, I think the cut-off's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you'll always know like well in advance. But when we get to the theatre, we always warm up every day anyway. We all warm up, even if I'm not supposed to be on. Because just in case, like that day when Jen went on, like you've got to be, that was a day.
I know, I was going to ask about that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
We'll come back. Yeah, so then, when I get to the theatre, I usually do my makeup first before warm-up, just because I like to not have to rush. So then we go down and do warm-up. We do a physical warm-up and a vocal warm-up. Come up and I usually do my hair after that, and then have a chat with the girls. Like yesterday, me, Colette and Jen were off, so we all like had a catch-up in the in the dressing room while the show was on,
amazing, isn't it?
which was lovely. Or I might watch a little TV drama, which I do like. And we've also got a book club as well, so sometimes we talk about
Oh, that's very cute, isn't
we're
it?
doing Blood Orange this month.
What is the hardest part of being in the show?
I'd probably say the high energy thing is hard, but it gets less difficult. As soon as you hear the audience, mainly they're great audiences here, we're really lucky. So as soon as you hear them, like when that first music starts and they're like, what? Like you can't really be like lethargic, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like fuels. I think the hardest part of being an alternate is obviously, I think for me it's harmonies.
Right.
Because that's quite...
Do you ever just think, I'll just sing something, just whatever comes out? That'd be
no,
me.
never. I never do that, Katie, MD. No, never. But I have to revise. Like, some people are lucky. This is the first time I've ever done anything like being a swing or an alternate. So I have to look at my swing Bible or watch, we've got like a little video, the girls doing the show, so I have to watch that. Especially if I haven't done a track for a while, like I wouldn't be able to just be like, yeah, be fine. Like, oh my God, no.
When you go home, do you find it really hard to like get the songs out your head?
Yeah.
Are they just always in your head?
Yeah.
at every moment.
Time. Especially if I've just learnt a new part. Like, I remember when I learnt Howard, like, because that song is such a marathon, I honestly, like, couldn't sleep. It just literally be like, oh, you wanna do, or just all the time in my head. And I was like, I just wanna go to sleep. It does go.
Does it? Somebody did ask if they can see your swing Bible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's like allowed or what's not allowed.
Sure. I showed a little bit on my Instagram once, but I didn't know if I never know what people find interesting or...
To be honest, I think people find anything interesting.
Do you think?
If it's to do with 6, we want to see it.
Yeah. So, I should have it in a folder, really.
So do you write this out or does somebody give this to you?
So we would give it... Franny, one of our associate directors, gave us this template. Here we go. And then I just did everyone's colours in like Sharpies and like each sort of key moment. So like this is the opening. So this is like and then you've got like it's written like drums, bass, keys and guitar, like where everyone is. Yeah, this is the for and just for you tonight. Because like at first
I can like see it in my head.
Yeah, at first it's really hard to remember, especially if you're learning different tracks, which way you're going or like who crosses in front of who, like which way because those whirlpool things on Just For You Tonight, they go inwards. So it would change depending on which side you're on. It's not just like you always go to the left. This is House of Holbein, so this is where everyone stands at the beginning for that bit. And then this is our little catwalk where we come down.
I do find it so interesting.
It is interesting. And then I've also got a video which I do watch a lot, and we've got all recordings of like the harmonies and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah. I just can't get my head around how swings do it. I just think I'm not very smart. Because I just couldn't.
No, but I'd never done it before this, and it seems like such a mammoth thing. But you do I think you surprise yourself.
So obviously you explained it to me earlier, but about your costume with like your straps and stuff. Because
you mean the crossover bits on the tummy?
Yeah, because I was right. So yesterday I was looking through somebody's Instagram and a picture of Courtney came up when she was in, but she didn't have any straps or anything.
This is my leotard, looking very attractive, hanging upside down. This is the leotard that I wear. The rest of it's being like washed and prepped for tonight. This is my leotard. Cute, which I wear underneath.
That's real sexy.
Oh, it's gorgeous. So I have like my microphone goes in first in some like pants, then this.
Is it quite comfy?
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, so that the crisscrossy bit is like they're like braces so that your bum don't come out, basically.
Technical term.
Yeah, just to hold your trousers up.
So somebody said, are they like really squeaky? Like your trousers? Oh. What are your trousers made of?
They're not in here. They're like
Are they like leggingy?
Yeah, they're like a disco pant. Do you remember disco pants? They're a bit like that.
From like American Apparel?
Yeah, they're a bit like that. But they don't have a button or anything. They're just
sliding on.
Yeah,
they're well comfy. Really. My costume. I love your costume.
When they said orange, I was like.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah,
it suits you like colour-wise as well.
Yeah, I think they've done really well with suiting it because I think like the teal on CJ is stunning, and the pale pink, like purple on Zara is so gorgeous.
Do you have a favourite part of being in the show overall? Is it just I'm a queen in 6, or is it like
I do love that, but I also it is just the best job because it's like having a party on stage with your friends every night. Like obviously there are things you need to remember and spacing and blah blah blah, but it is just so much fun, and the girls are so lovely. Like we're so lucky, we get on so well, and there's like 10 of us, 11 at the moment because Jen's here from tour helping us out. We all get on like a house on fire, which is like really lucky, isn't it? But yeah,
it's quite rare, I think, for everyone to get on so well.
And like all girls as well.
Yeah.
I think we've been super lucky and everyone's really supportive, and so I just love like sharing the stage with them all, and things never get old. Like
it's really cute.
Like listening, I'll never get sick and tired of listening to Nat sing Hearthstone, like ever. Because we sit down at the back for that bit, obviously acting and thinking about what we're doing. But sometimes I'm just like listening to her, and then because we have to do backing vocals, and I just get I'm like,
It's so mad to me, Hannah, that you're in 6.
I know.
You know,
wasn't long ago when we were sitting next to each other on computers.
For anyone who doesn't know, I worked with Hannah at the children's drama school that I worked at for like 2 years.
Yeah, we've known each other a long time now.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so strange because like I loved 6 before you were in it.
And before I'd seen it or anything, you were like, oh my God, 6 is so great. And I was like, oh, cool.
Such a geek.
And I was like, oh, great. And then I started listening to the soundtrack. And then I remember when auditions came up, I was like, oh, I want to be in it.
I remember when you first got cast and I was like, oh, I can't be such a geek about 6 anymore. Because you know,
yeah, you can.
You know, when one of your friends is in it, you're like,
oh, I've got to be really cool.
I've got to be really cool. Like, yeah, oh, so you're in 6. That's totally normal. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Okay, what's the shortest notice you've had to go on?
Maybe like an hour. Like if someone's done the first show, say that it's a 2-show day and you've done the first show and then they come off and they're like, I'm dying a death, I need to go home or whatever.
Yeah. But I suppose is that for like a track that you're like quite used to?
Yeah, that would be for so it's in like 3 sections. So you have like your first covers, your second covers and your third covers. So my first covers are Seymour Parr, my second are Howard Aragon and my third are Belinda Cleaves. Well, I say that, anything can happen. It has. I mean, Maya was back a couple of weeks ago. Vicky left and 6 days later she was here again.
God, I know.
So like anything goes.
Yeah.
But like the first time I ever went on for Seymour, that was quite short. I think that was 2 hours or 2.5 hours notice before I had to be here for like warm up. So it was like 4 hours for the show. But I just remember walking around Covent Garden like, I don't know what I'm doing. And I like popped into, my friend Alice works at Pineapple, and I was like, I just need to speak to someone. Like maybe I'll pop into Pineapple, see if she's there. And I went and she wasn't there, and I was just like, oh God, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It was just like so surreal. And I called Kane and like my mum and dad and was like, I'm going on tonight. And then I was telling him like, because I didn't have anything with me. I was like, this was before my official start date. I didn't have anything here. And I was like, right, can you get my straighteners there in this drawer? And I need this foundation and blah, blah, blah. Bless his heart. I was literally like, yeah, no, second drawer, type of stuff. And then he came up, luckily it was a Saturday, so he came up and brought it all up for me. I know, bless him. But that was a weird day.
You shattered at the end.
And then
I suppose like the adrenaline as well, like will take you through it, but then it's like a massive calm down.
I did that first show. I think I can't remember what way round it was, but it was someone's hour away or something, and then some people were ill, and then basically someone else went off ill, so I ended up having to do 2 shows that first ever time. So my mum and dad and my other half had come and watched the first show, and then they were like, oh, let's go for a like celebratory drink, and my mum kept going to me, are you okay? Are you okay? I was like, I've got to do another show. Like I couldn't switch off.
I suppose it is one of those things though when the fans are like so, I mean they are so like welcoming so as well, aren't they? Yeah. And the people in the front row are always like hardcore, aren't they?
Yeah.
I love it though when is it Cleves who gets them to stand up, and then when if someone doesn't, if they pulled me up though, I'd be like,
would you? Oh my God! Sometimes people. We had an older guy get up the other day. It was so funny. Then sometimes people have like chosen that seat in the hope that they'll get stood up. So we had this boy the other day who was like so bougie. He was like voguing, and like it was amazing. We were all like, oh my God! So yeah, it's really fun.
So what happened that day? What went through your mind? What did you?
Yeah.
So basically,
oh my God,
for those of you who don't know, Jen, she's on the tour.
Yeah.
She was on a live, and Instagram somebody came in and was like, yeah, can you put some makeup on? You're gonna go on. Then she came through on mid-show, right?
So Danielle's voice was really tired. She thought she was gonna be okay, and she got halfway through the show. I think we came off just before or just after Holbein, and she was like, guys, I've got nothing. Like, I really don't know if I can. And we weren't sure if she was just like worried or whatever, and she might come back on.
So did she then not go back on? And
No. So then we were doing Get Down, 5 of us. So, and obviously you can't talk in a normal show. You'd be able to talk to each other and be like, okay. We've got the in-ears in, so you can't hear each other. Yeah. So I'm sort of looking at Colette like, go that way. Like we're trying to re-block it without speaking to each other. And so I then went in. I was on for Seymour, and then I went into Parr's because Seymour's like centre back for a lot of that, a lot of Get Down. So I just went to the Parr track, so it was like an even formation. Yeah. And then we kept changing bits. Like Zara moved and Colette moved like sometimes to like make it work. And then I don't know if it was I think it was the scene after that. Ellie, one of our tech swings, was on side stage just with this sign like this that said Jen's coming on as Parr. We were all like, okay, brilliant. So we knew we weren't going to have, because we were like, we're going to have a show stop, like what's going to happen? Yeah. But Jen was up here, but bless her heart, she'd only gone on for that twice, and it was like months ago, so she did amazing. Like, what a trooper. I mean, she's incredible. But yeah, so Ellie was just stood at side stage like,
oh my
Jen's
God,
coming
I
on
love
as Parr
that.
with this sign. So we were like, okay, cool. Yeah, and luckily it was a really good time actually. Danielle did really well. It was a really good time for her to go off, because it was like, Parr didn't have much to say. Like, I just covered one line, like it was fine.
Oh, right.
I had someone in that day and they were like, yeah, I wonder what was happening. Like, what? It's just someone disappeared and then someone different came on. That's the nice thing about this show, that you've all got each other's back. It happens. Like, I think people underestimate how hard it is as a show. I mean, it's so much fun and brilliant. And people sort of think, oh, it's only 75 minutes. Like, but I mean, it's intense. Like, but you don't go off stage, and it's a hard sing. So, yeah, sometimes it's going to happen. We're only human.
We talked a lot about Six, but I'm interested to know, I'm sure that other people are, what are your other dream roles?
Oh, okay.
Or like, what if you could go into something else?
So before this, I did a film which is hopefully coming out at the end of this year, and I hadn't really done much screen acting before that, and I loved it. And I'm the sort of person who like I like to try different things and like do like, I'd love to do some like straight acting after this, just like mix it up. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I love musicals and that was always like my dream, but I would love to do like a TV drama or like another film, like something straight acting after this, and then maybe like do a musical after that. I mean, I love legit musicals. Sorry, Amy, I know that's like swearing in front of you.
You do not stand.
But I love legit musicals, so I'd love to like go and do like a summer season at Chichester Festival Theatre, or like, do you know what I mean? Something like that. But I do have a dream role, and people always think I'm joking.
Go on.
I'm not. Woman with co-op bag in Billy Elliot the musical. What? She's an ensemble member. If anyone's seen Billy Elliot, it's a brilliant show. Did you ever see it?
Yeah.
So you know at the beginning when they're all
Woman
singing
with co-op
all
bag.
out together, all out as one, blah blah blah. They're all at the front. There's this one woman who's got a co-op bag.
And that's your dream role.
I'm not even lying. I think she's. I could be totally wrong, but I think she might be Tony's girlfriend technically, the brother.
I didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
Yeah, and I think she covers Billy's mum.
Oh,
So it would be quite nice, but I mean, all the classics, like I'd love to do Les Mis.
Yeah.
Fontine's my dream.
Yeah. Oh my God, you'd be such a good
I'd love to
Fontaine.
do Fontaine.
Wouldn't you?
I'd love to do that.
Well, Cameron McIntosh. Here she is. I don't think he watches my videos,
Maybe
actually.
not.
Probably does.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised.
We'll send it to him.
Do you get the chance to like make the roles your own? Because like, so I've only seen you as Seymour.
Yeah.
But you sing Heart of Stone differently to Natalie, and I think that's the thing I loved so much about when I saw your current cast was how different everybody was.
Yeah.
Like Courtney is completely different to Millie.
Yeah.
And it's like very much a different role,
Show,
I feel
yeah.
like, and a different show overall.
Yeah.
Is that something you discuss with the director when you come in, or is it something that kind of
Yeah.
evolves?
It definitely evolves, but we did a lot of like mood boards and inspiration stuff like that, and research at the beginning of the rehearsal process, and a lot of like getting to know yourself as well. So like we did stuff like like catwalks and stuff, and we did like improv, like silly things, but like that just make you just do stuff that you would never even think about doing, which was really nice. So they were like, oh, who do you think would be your inspiration for this queen? So like Courtney, I know, was like, she loves Lizzo, and she was
Yeah.
like, Lizzo, she's amazing. Like I just think, but then we like, you obviously rationalise it, and you're like, because I think of this, this, and this, and if it works, it's great, because it's really nice. You are allowed to bring your own personality to it, and they very much encourage you to be. So like they would say to us like, oh, so when you're in the scenes of Six, you are sort of your best version of your character on a stage. So like, for example, Beyonce, when she's on stage, she's not the same Beyonce that she is when she's at home maybe cooking her dinner, but she's like a version of herself. Do you know what I mean? So they really wanted you to bring like your own personality to it.
Yeah.
But just to make it a little bit more heightened, I guess. So yeah, there's certain things that you have to stick to, like blocking, and like sometimes like they'd be like, oh, don't ask for a laugh there. Like the words, a lot of the time they'd be like, the words are enough. Like you don't need to ham anything. Like,
Yeah.
the script is funny. Like just sort of trust the script. But yeah, we were pretty much allowed to.
Do you ever throw in
Experiment.
a rogue riff?
No.
Or no? Would you be too scared?
I think I would, because it's like it's so in your body. I would only ever change anything. Like I changed my par riffs at the end of I Don't Need Your Love Once, like because I was feeling really tired, and I usually
it's
go
like
like
adapting
really
it.
high, and I was like, oh god, like my voice is really. So I just did something different then. But other than that, I tend to keep it the same. But yeah, in terms of riffs and stuff, as long as it's not taken away from like the message and the story of the song, then we were allowed to do little bits.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to put one in Heart of Stone on And My Love Will Still Be Here, and they were like, no. I was like, oh. I did it, and they were like, I mean, it sounds great, but it takes away from like, it needs to be like plain and simple.
Yeah.
Which I get. But yeah, you're allowed to do bits.
When I came to see you in the show, I was looking at the girls who are in the band.
Yeah.
And I was like, they've all been in there a very long time, haven't they?
Hello.
Hi. These girls have been in the band for a very long time. Do they not have a cast change? Do they never have a day off? And then I was like, they're the characters' names. I was
I see what you mean.
I am Fig.
Yeah, like, wow, Joan's been here for a long time.
Yeah,
That
I was
is-
like, my goodness, haven't those girls been in that band for a long time?
No.
God, I'm so
I won't lie, I
stupid.
did think that as well.
Did you really?
Yeah, before
Oh.
I joined the show, yeah.
Yeah, and then they're the ladies in waiting of the...
Yeah, that actually are.
Yeah.
Like, were names
oh, yeah,
of them.
somebody said, what is the most interesting historical fact you have...
Can't even
How
remember
I-
them now. Yeah, most interesting historical fact is that the Thomas that Pa sings about in her song was Jane Seymour's brother.
Well, I didn't know that.
That is a good one. They're all
Everyone's-
sort of related, all the women as well.
Yeah. If like you were a queen, a real
Yeah.
life queen, and there was a pop diva influencing you,
Yeah.
does this make sense?
I think so.
Who would that queen be? For me, it'd be Rachel Berry in Glee, let's be honest.
Oh, really?
I mean, let's be honest.
Great. I mean, this is so generic, but I do just think you can't really beat Beyonce, sorry, every way.
Fair point.
Yeah, I just love her. And I think she's got lots of different versions of herself as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she's like got the sassy side where she just like stands in like an amazing stance with her hair blowing and doesn't say anything or do anything,
Yeah.
but she's just powerful. And then she'll do like a really pared back, almost like live loungy vibe thing, and it's like she's got like no makeup on and blah blah. I just think she's amazing.
What was your rehearsal process like as a swing or an alternate?
It was quite unusual, I'd say, for this because they got us in slightly earlier, me, Zara and CJ, than originally was planned because I think they'd had like some illnesses and stuff and there was like injuries and they just wanted like more people to like, for just in case basically. So we started rehearsing in June. But basically we did a rehearsal process and then we knew the show as like an emergency. So like when I was called on to do Seymour that day, like I knew it. But then we then did like another rehearsal process when like an official one when Danielle and Courtney officially joined.
Yeah.
And then we were rehearsing next door to like the UK tour queens as well. So that was going on at the same time, which was really nice because then we'd like all break for lunch and like go downstairs and be like, how's your day? What scene did you do? Yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, it was quite long. And like I said, they did a lot of, when we started the official rehearsal process, so with Danielle and Courtney, we did a lot of like talking about the queens, talking about the history, whereas like the first time round it was like we're just bashing it out and trying to learn it, get it learned. And that time when I was rehearsing, Colette and Shaka were rehearsing as well. So there was 5 of us, and then gradually they left. Like Colette started, and was like rehearsals, and then Shaka started, and then it was just us 3. Like, But yeah, that's quite hard. I think I found that quite a challenge. Was learning it as like 3 of you when there's 6 people on stage, and like one of the choreographers would be like, oh well, yeah, think about like Cleves will be there, but as soon as you get into like having full 6 of you, like, oh, I see.
Yeah. And my last question is,
Yeah.
what is the moment in the show that makes you feel the most badass?
It's all quite great, isn't it? I do love the sly geese moment, we call it. When you know, like, have you ever seen that Lucy always puts like my geese, like my little, you know Lucy Moss? So she puts like on Instagram or stuff, like she'll put like my little geese. It's just become like a thing, I don't know. But so she calls it the sly geese moment, you know, and it's like, if only we'd thought of that before. And we're like, that bit. I love from that moment into the Henry, yeah, I'm through too.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
just feels so like, and we often get like a woo on that bit,
Yeah.
which I'm like, we're so great. So cool. Like, it's just really empowering, I think.
Well, thank you so much for Hannah. Everybody go and follow her on social
yeah.
media. Do you know your...
I think I'm Hannah Stewart _95.
We'll leave them down below. And thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.